Hello one, hello all, Simreaper here, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to European Countryside. So, as you can see behind me, we have a corn header on our little compact harvester because we're going to do that corn over there. Now, let's get started because I want to get this corn cut out of the way because I plan to extend all the fields, put them together, and I don't want to waste the corn. Now, is this corn ready to cut? Yeah, it's ready to harvest. So, we're going to get it cut. Might take me a little bit of time. I mean, well, it shouldn't take too long because the field isn't all that big, to be honest. This header is quite small, though. But having this small harvester really helps. We're going to need a bigger one at some point though, because once all these fields are extended, you know, it's going to take a bit to harvest, so I will be replacing this eventually. But for the time being, this little harvester is quite useful because it's small and compact, easy to move around. But I do plan on replacing it with a proper harvester. So no worries there. But we'll get this corn harvest done. I mean, it's not going to take long at all. This is my second row, 3, maybe 4 more rows and it'll be done. Then we can join all these fields up and we can have our first large field complete. And then I just need to prep it basically. See, this thing's not very good when it comes to hills, and it's quite slow for harvesting, to be honest. But on small fields like this, it's handy. Now, the two fields that are right next to the farm buildings, the original two you start with, I'm not going to be preparing them anymore because I can now use that space to start storing stuff and put anything else down I want to put down. I do plan on putting a sheep pen down somewhere at some point. Yeah, this really doesn't like hills. Look at that, 2 miles per hour. Well, it doesn't help that, you know, as it fills up with corn, it's obviously going to slow it down because I have the realism mods pretty much active for all my playthroughs now. Absolutely amazing mods, like real center of gravity, real dirt. I mean, you can flip anything if you're going too quick. I mean, it's crazy compared to normal. And It's surprising how easy it is to flip certain things. Now for this header, actually had to drive down to the store in order to pick it up, which was a bit slow and arduous, but it was fine. Found an alternate route up to down to, you know, from the store to here, that I didn't have to go over that horrible bridge, which was nice because that wooden bridge is awkward to go over, especially with this vehicle. This vehicle really does not like that wooden bridge. Alright, so that is our corn harvested. We're going to detach that because that is the least item. So we'll return that. And Fred turned up and collected it. So we're going to get this corn over to our silo and we'll park the harvester up. And then it's time to pull out the plough, because we have work to do to convert these fields into one. So yeah, when I've got a little bit more money, I'm gonna I will be painting over them fields, replacing them with gravel or maybe concrete. Oh wait, I know I need to empty it first. And then so that way we'll have much more space to put vehicles away. I'm probably going to do a line of storage sheds up there. So I'm going to have to flatten it to make it relatively even with here. But yeah, we'll get there. It'll look okay once it's done. That'll be a separate project though. I'll probably dedicate an episode to doing that. So we'll leave that for another day for the time being. But we're going to get ourselves the fast track. After we park the harvester up. I'm going to jump in the fast track. And we're going to go get the plough. Plough is right there. Okay, so the idea is to extend out these fields. Should be on. Yeah, it's on allow create fields. Let's make sure I get the line right. Like that. Now these will probably need ploughing anyway. Let's have a look. We might as well check, because if they need ploughing, then I can plough them. Okay, so just the cornfield actually needs ploughing. That's good. Wait, what did that say? Oh, they need rolling. Well, I'll do all that after I've planted whatever I'm going to plant. Now, it's probably just going to be soybeans because soybeans are the easiest way to make some money. We'll get all these put together. And then once they're all together, we'll have one big nice field, and that'll be the first of our plan. Well, my plan. Because the plan is we join these fields together, and then we've got them down there and some over there that we want to put all into big fields, just to maximise our profits a bit. And the cornfield I will actually plough because it needs ploughing. Although I guess I could just plough the whole lot. That would take some time though. For now, let's just connect them up. Yeah, I think I'll just plough them all, to be honest. I want to get them all put together so that they're one big field, and then I'll do a full plough, just so they've all been ploughed together. Because I just don't want separate parts of the fields telling me they need ploughing at certain times. Yes, I'm fully aware that I'm ploughing the cotton out, but I don't have anything to harvest that. But the reason why I'm getting the little bits done now is once I've done this, I can then turn off create fields and just plough. Don't have to worry about accidentally creating fields, which I've done in the past. It's just the way it is. I mean, the ploughing I will skip out the ploughing so you don't have to sit here and watch me do the whole field, but I wanted to do the joining of the fields because it is part of the plan and part of the future of the series, so it's definitely something I had to do. Let's make this bit flush. Yep. I guess I could extend that out a bit there. Not a hard thing to do. There we go. And then really it's just a matter of going up this last piece here, and these all should now be just one big field. Alrighty then, and there it is. Our first large field is now complete. So I'll bring you back after I've done the ploughing. Alrighty then, so that is the ploughing all done. Now there's some weirdness with the textures, I'm not sure why, but where the straw's been chopped, well not the straw, but where the when I last harvested and the excess stuff gets thrown out the back of the harvester. Not sure what you call it, but and also here where the lime is, and you'd think that the lime would disappear after a plough, but it hasn't. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's not a big deal. I mean, it's still been ploughed. So we're just going to take this in. We're going to plop down the plough. I'm going to grab our seeder, because the next step is, of course, to seed the fields. So we have one big field, and that is really going to help the productivity of our farm. And we might as well add fertilizer while we're here. I do plan on grabbing the bigger seeder at some point, just because we've got to make sure that this only has liquid fertilizer right now. Make some space so I can get out. So we're going to need some seeds. We'll go for 5,000 litres of seeds. And 5,000 litres of fertiliser. That should do us. Actually, I shouldn't have bothered with this fertiliser, but it's fine. It just means that I can seed and fertilise in one go. But when I get the bigger seeder, I won't have to worry about that issue, because it doesn't have the capability of seeding, of fertilising and seeding. It's just a seeder. But that's fine, because that's what my spray is for. Okay. So we're going to get started. My joystick's in the wrong place, and I've just clicked off everything like I do. There we go. There's a button on my mouse that basically just closes everything. So we're going to get... Now it's going to be another field of soybeans, because we need money, and soybeans are good for money. So we're going to plant a full field of soybeans. And then hopefully we'll be able to harvest these soybeans, and we'll have a good amount of soybeans to sell to make money, and hopefully start expanding. What I plan to do is I do plan to do some of the work off screen, just so that I can start expanding out the farm, because honestly I did at first prefer to do most of the work whilst recording, but I found that in order to progress, that's not generally the best way to do it. it just doesn't seem to be very productive that way. So the plan is that I will come on off while not recording at some point, and just maybe put an hour in, do a few harvests, get a bit of money, so that we can prepare for the next step in our journey. So yeah. Now this is going to take a little bit of time, of course, because seeding does take a bit of time, and this isn't a very big seeder, which is why I do want the other seeder. It's basically the bigger version of this. I think it's got half the width of this on top of it, so it is a bit bigger. The downside is it can't fertilise and seed at the same time, but we've got a sprayer for that, so we don't need to worry about that. Plus it means that I don't have to buy solid fertiliser anymore. I'm also planning to put down a vine and grape orchard. It's a mod. Basically it acts like a greenhouse and produces grapes and olives. It's very, very nice. It's got more than one way of producing them as well. I think I've talked about it before, but we will definitely be putting that down because it's a good way to get some money. Just put water in it to start with, just to get some produce out of it. Now, if you're only doing it with water, it will only produce at half capacity. But water is generally relatively easy to get a hold of. So that's not really an issue, to be honest. It's a great way to make a bit of money, especially if you want to use it for production purposes. It's just a good way to harvest grapes and olives, but I might also actually plant an orchard, because this map would actually be pretty good for proper orchards. We'll just have to see. For the time being, I'll probably just put down the actual the mod, just to complement my income and make progress a bit quicker. So yeah, I'll see you when the seeding is done. Alrighty, so we're on the last row, and it looks pretty. Our big field is almost finished. First seeding. We're definitely going to need a bigger harvester though. We have to be careful about the width of the header we use. Can't use one that's just massive, but a good size header, a decent harvester. Probably going to use the Colossus harvester because I just love that mod. It's such a great looking vehicle. And then I'll just pick a decent sized header, but nothing too crazy. And there we go. That is the field fully seeded. Let's take this back into the garage. I want to clean them up actually, because both vehicles are looking a bit dirty. Oh dear. Very tempted to get rid of those roads. So we want to drive around here, because we have the sprayer just here. We've got 2 crates of eggs down so far. get these cleaned up. Done. Awesome. Let's go get it put away. Not too bad for today's episode. Got more done than I expected. I thought I was basically going to be just getting the fields ploughed today, but I didn't expect to get them seeded as well, which is kind of nice. Oh, we forgot to clean the weight, but that's fine. We've still got to clean the harvester as well. Still got the liming to do. We're out of lime by the look of it. How much will lime cost? Lime isn't expensive generally. 10,000 litres is only 4,000, so we are getting a little low on money. Alright, so on that note, I'm going to call it here because I pretty much ran out of time. So thank you so much for stopping by. If you like what you see, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'm trying really hard to grow my channel and it really will help. I will see you again next time. This is Sim Reaper signing off.